Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. A lot of people have been asking me and telling me that they have been wanting to see a pinup bride. I took a more classy, traditional look and I turned it into a look that's a little bit more women of color friendly. I really like this look and I hope that you guys find the tutorial helpful. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. So start the look off with a clean base. I then use MAC's Oil Control Moisturizer to mattify my skin. Since a lot of pinup looks are virtually shine free, not a lot of shimmer, for the foundation I use MAC's Studio Fix Fluid which is a matte finish. I'm applying this foundation with a beauty blender sponge because I really want the max amount of coverage out of this one. There isn't a ton of contouring in a lot of pinup looks, but to kind of sculpt the face, I'm going to be using the Ben Nye Matte HD Foundation and applying that just along my cheekbones and my temples to get a more defined sculpted look. Just a little bit. I'm now using my beauty blender sponge to blend that out. Next, fill in your brows. You want a pretty strong brow for pinup. I noticed that they tend to be a little bit stronger, and I'm like a brow freak anyway, so I'm gonna go for a little bit of a stronger, more defined brow. I'm using my Sumita Beauty brow pencil. Alright, so now we're a little bit more up close and personal because you get to see the eye work we're going to be working on. I'm going to first take my Urban Decay Primer Potion and apply a bit of that on my eyelids. Using my Urban Decay Naked palette, I'm going to take Buck eyeshadow or any type of soft brown eyeshadow that's virtually nude on your complexion. I'm taking that and blending that into my crease. Then I use Sidecar eyeshadow and lightly dusted that right onto my eyelid for not a lot of the color payoff, but just a little bit. And I'm kind of fluffing it out as I apply that so all of the color gets evenly dispersed all over my eyelid. On top of that, I took Smog eyeshadow and again applied, just lightly dusted a little bit of that on top, so we get kind of like a bronzy look on the lid. You will now need a black gel liner. I'm going to use Black Track by MAC. And you're going to line the hell out of those eyes. I'm not going to add a nice thickening mascara. I'm going to use the Faux Cils by YSL. And for now, I'm only going to add that mascara to my top lashes. After you have added mascara, add a half lash towards the outer end so you can lift the corners of those eyes and get that sexy pinup look. I'm going to be using a pair by Miss Adoro. These are number 307s. I like half lashes because not only do they give us that beautiful quintessential pinup look, but they are also easier to apply and will give you a lot less hassle on your big day. So your lash glue will dry shortly and those are your sexy pinup eyes. I'm not going to use a full coverage concealer underneath the eye because there's going to be a lot of crying, I'm sure, on your big day. And you want to use something that's going to be kind of like smudge proof. I really love, and I always find myself going back to my MAC's Studio Finish Concealer. The color of this one is NW40. So what I'm first going to do is apply it with my finger because it's going to warm up that product and make it a little bit easier to work with. Then take that concealer and your beauty blender sponge and buff that out and begin to blend it into the foundation. Quick, before that settles and dries, I'm going to use the Ben Nye banana powder and apply that underneath the eye so my concealer does not crease. You don't want any creases on your big day. You don't want to look wrinkly. Adding a setting powder is going to ensure that those eyes stay crease free all day. If you'd like, you can also apply a little bit down the forehead. I'm just going to do that to help control the oil and to help add to that matte texture that you want for the face. And it may look like a ton of product, but now all I'm simply doing is taking a powder brush and I'm sweeping that off. I'm now going to set my foundation with a loose setting powder. I'm going to use the translucent face powder by Ben Nye. The color that I'm using is Chestnut. And now I'm just simply taking a beauty puff, fold it in half, and just rolling that product on. And this is going to leave such a beautiful finish on top of this foundation. The only thing about the translucent face powders is you do have to kind of be careful. I find that the chestnut one's a little red, but the one that's lighter than that is a little too light for me. So just kind of use it sparingly. So since we skipped mascara on the bottom earlier, I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. If you're a little bit more fair, you can get away with using a white liner on the waterline. But I don't really like how harsh that looks on my complexion. So I'm going to use a peach one. This is the Chromaline by, oh, I'm sorry, not the Chromaline. This is the Chromographic Pencil by MAC. And the color is NW25. So it's basically like any type of off-white liner. And that's going in my waterline. So now you have this nice brightening effect underneath the eye, the waterline. Alright, so I'm going to finish this look off by contouring with a little bit of bronzer. A little bit. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer. And again, I'm not going to use a ton of product. It's really just going to kind of define the cheekbones a little bit. Not so much for the color payoff. And in my temples a little bit. Next, use a soft pink blush. I'm going to use my Dolce Vita blush by NARS. You don't have to, I know NARS is a little pricey. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. It just looks just like that. And it's kind of like a soft mauve pink. And I'm applying that only on my apples. The apples of my cheeks with my favorite e.l.f. brush. I love this brush. And you're not going to apply a ton of product either. Last but certainly not least, this is obviously the most important part of the look, is the red lip. But to get a red lip to really work for dark skin, and I've talked about this many times in some of my videos, I like to line my lips first with a brown lip pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is Cork by MAC. So basically when you apply, you really shouldn't see much of it. It's just going to be a really light application. On top of that, I'm going to use Russian Red Lipstick by MAC. I like this one because it's got a matte texture, so mattes tend to last longer throughout eating, talking, and obviously kissing. So that's always great. It is long wearing because it is matte, and the color payoff is excellent. It's a nice bright red, and it's really beautiful, especially right now for summer. Ooh, it makes my teeth look nice and white too. So now that our red lip has finally set this look off, that pretty much completes the look. I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I hope that I wish you all the best on your wonderful and beautiful day. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!